In a very clever move, people started selling shirts that read "Stand Back and Stand By," following Donald Trump's comments about the Proud Boys. Amazon blocks sale of merchandise with "Stand Back and Stand By" on it. Well, bravo. But you know what? You know what Amazon still sells? A ton of Antifa stuff and anti-Antifa stuff. I think it's really, really stupid that they're blocking the sale of merchandise because it says "Stand Back and Stand By." Talk about a stupid news cycle. But this is the world we get to live in. So if the president says something and you sell the shirt, they're going to ban your product. CBS News reports Amazon and other online retailers are pulling merchandise from their sites emblazoned with the words "Stand Back and Stand By" and displaying the insignia of the Proud Boys, a far-right extremist group. What makes them extremist? It's an honest question. What makes the Proud Boys today an extremist organization? Perhaps it's because they go to the bar and drink beer. Perhaps because they say that they will defend themselves against Antifa. Sorry, you're not selling me. They say shirts bearing the words "cropped up for sale" after President Trump uttered the phrase on Tuesday night, referring to the, look at this, CBS says white supremacist group during his debate. Really? Wow, they're white supremacists, huh? You know what's really funny about this? I think articles like this make Trump voters. You want to know why? Okay, someone read this article and they said, wow, the Proud Boys are white supremacists. And then they watch local news. Who's this guy? This is Brian Schnee. He's Fox 13, proud Keene State alumni. Fox 13. And what's this? Why, this man doesn't look white. It's not his... Quote, "I will go out and say that the Proud Boys as a whole, I will say this on behalf of the entire national organization, denounce white supremacy. Thad, chief of the Proud Boys Salt Lake, Utah chapter." Wait a minute. You mean to tell me there are multiple leaders of the Proud Boys who are in fact black men? Well, I don't know the exact ethnic makeup of this individual, and I'm not going to assume his race or whatever, but he certainly doesn't appear to be a white dude. And he's straight up denouncing white supremacy for the entire organization. And so is Enrique Tarrio. So here's what you get. A regular person's going to read this CBS story, and they're going to see straight up it's a white supremacist group. Who wrote this? Kate Gibson. This is the news that we have today. Welcome to journalism, ladies and gentlemen, where Kate Gibson couldn't even do a Google search. When your journalists lack the ability to use Google, you don't have journalists. I don't know what you have. I don't know what these people call themselves, but they are not journalists. Let me tell you something. I actually Google searched these things. I know. It's like the bare minimum, right? How easy is this job? Why? I need only do a few Google searches, look up some names. I do a little bit more than that. A lot of these lefties like to pretend like I don't do journalism. Well, it's an excuse to try and discredit the opinions that I have and the things I have to say. But yeah, I actually use background check organizations. I pay for subscription services to check people's backgrounds, their information, to verify, to vet, and to genuinely figure out what they really think and what their plans are. And I can tell you this: the Proud Boys, they're not white supremacists. They've definitely had some bad people associated with them, but that's like ridiculous. That'd be like saying if a white supremacist signed up for the YMCA, you'd call the YMCA a white supremacist organization. It's like, no, it's like a white supremacist is using their facilities. If they find out, they kick them out, I guess. But you can't call the YMCA white supremacist. Well, they probably will at some point. They say, individuals associated with the Proud Boys online took Mr. Trump's directive as words of encouragement, and products displaying the phrase quickly made their way onto sites, including Amazon and Teespring, an online platform that lets users create and sell their own merchandise. But Amazon began blocking sales of the item on Wednesday. An Amazon spokesperson confirmed all sellers must follow our selling guidelines, and those who do not will be subject to action, including potential removal of their account. The products in question have been removed. Why? Seriously, answer me. What does it mean? What does stand back and stand by mean? They don't have an answer. They don't know. This is just stupid outrage, cancel culture BS. And to all the people who refuse to stand up and shut it down, vote for the Republicans, you just keep encouraging this, and it will only get worse. They say Amazon began blocking sales of the item Wednesday. And Amazon, I read that. The e-commerce company in the past has blocked accounts of those selling items with Nazi or white supremacist symbols from its website. Amazon's policy states that prohibited listings on its website include products that promote or glorify hatred, violence, racial religious intolerance, adult stuff, you know what I mean? Or promote organizations with such views. So like, what does that mean? Religious intolerance, I guess. Teespring also confirmed that it had yanked products with the phrase. It has come to our attention that content promoting hate and violence has been circulating on Teespring, the retailer told CBS Money Watch. We have no interest in profiting off of hate or violence. And in this case, we immediately, it says stand back. It's saying don't engage. How stupid are these people? We have no interest in profiting off hate or violence. And in this case, we immediately removed the designs as they violate our policies. T-shirts, button and stickers, the Proud Boy logo and phrase standing by, could be found on eBay, blah, blah, blah. Designated a hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center, which means what? What does that mean? Why do I care about what one random group of people think? Okay, from now on, I would like to announce that there is the Tim Pool, let's call it the Eastern Middle Class Legal Analysis Department. I, as the chair of such an organization, have determined that Antifa is in fact a racist hate group. Another determination is law. Please cite me. Why not? I said it. Is that all I have to do? Like incorporate and just give myself a fancy name, and then people will start claiming that we've determined these things? Talk about dumb. Quote, we condemn all form of isms, whether it be racism, fascism, communism, or socialism, Proud Boy leader Enrique Tarrio told CBS News via a representative on Wednesday. On Wednesday afternoon, Mr. Trump was also in cleanup mode, claiming he did not know who the Proud Boys were. Quote, I don't know who the Proud Boys are. I mean, you have to give me a definition, he said, because I don't really know who they are. I can only say they have to stand down. Let law enforcement do their work. Law enforcement will do the work. Asked about white supremacy, Mr. Trump said, I've always denounced any form of that. And they said that wasn't good enough. Denouncing any form of it and just saying that not good enough. You know what? Whatever, man. But let me first I want to show you this. Like I mentioned, the Proud Boys have repeatedly denounced white supremacy, right? I bring you now to Reddit, where we can see 84,000 upvotes. This is a huge upvoted post. 8,483 comments. Amazon block sale of merchandise with stand back and stand by. Do you know what the average person thinks when they hear Proud Boys? They think this. The top comment says, every time someone mentions Proud Boys, I always think it's an LGBTQ group. Smacksaw says, which is why every PB rally should include an impromptu gay pride parade and drag pageant. They don't get it. They really, really just do not get it. Yes, average people probably hear that and don't know what it is. They have no idea what it is. What is the Proud Boys? I've had friends asking me all day. I don't know what that is. You're right. But here's my favorite one. Let's shrink this one down. Flyover Country on Reddit says, asked 4 Trump acquaintances about this yesterday. Miraculously, all 4 said they didn't hear him say that and they're not sure what that even means. Here's another guy says, my friends heard it, but say he didn't call anyone to arms. I showed examples of Proud Boy celebrations online, and they just shrug it off as a small group that can do no harm, and they aren't afraid. They are legitimately afraid of a Biden presidency. When asked why, not a single reason could be provided. Yeah, that's true. A lot of people can't give reasons. I can give you some reasons why a Biden presidency would freak me out. Because Biden's negotiating with Bernie Sanders. Because Biden has played it both ways, trying to entertain the far left and then denounce the far left. Because Joe Biden was the vice president during an administration that expanded our footprint in the Middle East. Because Joe Biden, his own campaign staff, were bailing out the rioters. Is that not reason enough for any of you? Okay, look, there's a lot of people who might hear me say that and say, wow, Tim's right. And they're not going to pull up a list later on and give you those answers. And the same is true for people who don't like Donald Trump. They're going to hear things and they're not going to be able to pull up a list for you later on. So these people who like to go out and do these gotcha videos of like, why do you actually hate Joe Biden? And then they're like, I don't know. It's like, duh, you're so dumb. It goes both ways. People do it with anti-Trump people and anti-Biden people. It's stupid. I do not expect the layman to have all of the knowledge I do because it's not their job to know these things. It is my job to know these things. I will tell you, and I would respect it. And I believe you should try to remember as much as possible. So my advice to all of you is this. Moving forward, grab 3 reasons that stand out to you that have inspired you and write them down and remember them. Remember them. And the reason I say write them down is because you want to get as specific as possible and you don't want to mangle your words. So you can say to somebody, I saw this story. Donald Trump did this. How about Donald Trump signed 3 historic peace agreements? That's one big one for me. Donald Trump has repeatedly denounced the violence. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have supported it. Don't believe me? Kamala Harris solicited donations to bail these people out, and Joe Biden's campaign staff did as well. They've both denounced the violence, but they won't say Antifa, and they won't call out Black Lives Matter. Then you can say, here's all the times Donald Trump denounced white supremacy. I think just have a couple reasons ready to go, because people will ask you, and they'll try and pull things like this. You can't even give me one good reason. If Donald Trump doesn't get reelected, the tax cuts expire. Joe Biden is going to raise your taxes. But it's kind of funny. Donald Trump is clever. The tax cuts that he made are set to expire, shortly after his first term. So, yeah, you're gonna see your taxes go up if Trump loses. I do think that's kind of dumb. Trump would do something like that. But look, if Trump gave you a tax cut and Biden won't, then vote for Trump if you want it back. That's the only thing you can really say, right? Anyway, I'll leave it there. What a stupid news cycle. I got one more segment coming up in a few minutes. Stick around, and I will see you all shortly.